Coach, not to belabor a dead horse or beat a dead horse over and over, but could you just speak to Kai's, what it's like having that kind of speed? I was going through I don't think going back historically, you've had a player with that number of steals. I think Angie Howell in '97, when you were still a student at Oklahoma, is the closest. So in the course of your coaching career, Kai is kind of an anomaly. I mean, you've had fast players, but she's kind of that unicorn. What it's like having the unicorn on your team?
It's great. For her, she's such a table setter for us, and for her to be able to think of table setters, right? Their job is to get on. So now think of an advanced table setter who gets on and turns that into a double. Think about plays that somebody typically wouldn't score on or advance on, and she scores and she advances. So it makes her elite in what she does, because you always hear the term speed kills. That's exactly what she's doing right now.
I know that she didn't exactly point to any changes from last year this year, but you as a coach, have you noticed anything change? Because you don't see that type of improvement without some sort of level of effort in the offseason.
I think her jumps are really good, but I just think we're more aggressive with her this year. That's what I think is the biggest difference. I think we're just giving her the green light. We should have given her the green light that much more last year. But I just think giving her the green light more, and then obviously you look up the lineup that's surrounding her, that's different as well.
So I guess you just kind of diving into that a little bit, it's kind of like having a weapon that you have to kind of utilize or understand how to utilize it best, and that would explain the growth. Seeing how best to implement that weapon, and now you guys have the ability to kind of put that into practice.
Yeah, I think so. She's just she's nothing too. She's a senior. This is it. She does not want to get thrown out. So how she talks to you about every single pitch, she treats it like an individual. She does the same thing every time she takes off. She wants to make sure she's good to go because she's not getting thrown out. That is her mindset. So I think she's just in a really good place right now. I think she's got great support around her with the offense that is built around her. Last year there was a lot for her to have to get on, and we would love for her to continue to get on, but we don't have to. I just feel like we're more complete this year.
She said earlier she didn't imagine herself, being a leader early on, and is kind of transitioned in that role. When did you see that Kai had that ability to be a leader on this team, and how she blossomed into that?
I think she's always had the ability. I think one was getting herself individually in a really good place. Sometimes you have young people that you could tell they're going to be leaders, but the first thing they need to do is just kind of get them right. And so you could see her get herself right. And then once she did that, it was about people respect what she has to say. I think she does a great job of being able to call people up to the standard, and talk to them in a different way. Sometimes you don't do something right because somebody comes at you and you just are quickly to get on the defense, and you're not hearing anything they have to say. You want to just be able to say why you did what you did and that it was right. And I think the way she goes about it, I think the time well spent, the investment that she has in our athletes, really, when she has something to say, people want to listen. So great leaders understand who they're leading and then what they need to do to get the very best out of them. And that's what I feel from Kai.
Going into this weekend, playing Minnesota, what are the goals, or the kind of punch list that you have? What do you want to see the team accomplish that you guys have been working on, and things like that?
I think preparation is our preparation there. From there, yes, and then now it's process. What is our process in the game? And I think when we do those two things, we do really good things. I think when we start to get more caught up in outcome or other things that don't matter, that's when we get in trouble a little bit. So are we prepared? If so, yes. How great was our process?
At the beginning of the season, there was a lot of hype, a lot of hope for what this program could do this season, and it felt like this was going to be a changing year. Now we've seen it on paper midway through the season. Do you feel like you guys are right at the expectations or the what you envisioned at the beginning of the season? Do you feel like you've exceeded that, and where do you kind of go from here? How do you continue to improve further down the stretch as we now get closer and closer to postseason ball?
Yeah, I think we've got to continue to improve. We talked about offensively that if we were to get out once, that we wouldn't get out the same time twice. You think about on defense, that understanding how to make whatever type of play it is, but that we make it on the mound, being able to command and change speeds. Like these are all process things that we're doing these things right, but now you have to continue to advance in these areas because it's going to only continue to get tougher and tougher. Like we're feeling like we're playing at our best right now. Well, so is everybody else. So these process things, how do we continue to elevate what we're doing versus just thinking what we have right now is good enough?
And maybe just I'll follow up with this question later in the season, but you've coached a lot of really good teams in your career. You know what good teams look like, good programs look like. Where does this one just rank in your eyes right now? Because it feels like this is one of the best programs we've seen here in several years at the University of Oregon, one of the best that I've seen in person.
Yeah, this is a good-looking team. Yeah, I've seen this before. And this team has the ability to do whatever they want to do. They do. They have the ability. Like we can match up. We can match up against anybody. We have all the different tools. It's about them understanding how to repeat what they're doing over and over again at a high level. And when it's a stressful level, when it's, you know what I mean, just being able to handle the pressures that come along with it, and can you repeat at a high level over and over? Like to me, that's what the great teams look like. They just have that ability, and they're complete. Like you can see when all three cylinders are flowing here, we're very, very tough to beat. If we've got one, it's not good enough. So we've got to have at least two of the three, but to get where we want, it's about understanding how all three can flow continuously.